Hi leaders, thanks for watching the Weekly Connect for the beginning of September. We are going to start our chronological study of the Bible this week, and we are then of course going to start in Genesis 1 and teach about the creation of the earth, all creation, and talk about the fall of man and when sin entered the world. So when we first come into the classroom, you will have a ruler and you'll have some magazines or maybe a newspaper, something like that, to show this little experiment to the kiddos. So we're going to be talking to the kids about how God created everything around us and how he actually made air pressure. Even though we can't see it, there is air pressure. And scientists have said that for every square inch, there's about 15 pounds of air pressure in the world. So amazing. You'd think that we'd feel it, that we'd be weighted down, but we don't. We don't feel it at all. It's this constant pressure that we have on us, but we don't feel it naturally. So we're going to talk to the kids and do a little experiment using our ruler, talking about air pressure. So you're going to set your ruler down on a table, about like that, just a third of it hanging off, and you're going to ask a child to come over and ask the child what they think would happen if they hit this part of the ruler, what they think would happen. Hopefully they'll say that the ruler will flip up and fly off, right? And so then you'll talk to them about that. You can even have them experiment and try that. Then you'll say, well, what if I put these little magazines on the end, these little light magazines or this newspaper? Not heavy, but you just put that on the end. What will happen to that? And then you'll have the kids take turns trying. They can't even move the magazine, hitting it. It has taken care of that. It has made it so it cannot fly off the table. Then you're going to explain to them that the pressure, the air pressure pushing down on this large surface, this larger surface right here, is greater than the pressure of you pushing down here. And that's what keeps the ruler from flipping up. And then you'll just talk a little bit about a lot of God's creations and the perfect way that he put together the world. And even if we can't see everything that he's done, or we don't completely understand what he has done, he has just made everything so that it fits together perfectly. So we'll talk a little bit about that. If you have time before you transition into your story room, you can start going over the new memory verse, start teaching the new memory verse, which is what you're going to do at the end after story time. So you can begin on that, or just transition right into story time. And your Connect question this week is, what's the most amazing thing you've seen in creation? So if you are telling a story today, go ahead and read over Genesis 1:1 and read over the curriculum as it's written out for you, and decide how you would like to teach this. We're going to, of course, go through the 7 days of creation, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Adam and Eve and how perfect things were in the Garden of Eden and how they then were tricked and decided to make the wrong choice, and sin entered the world. So if you haven't read over that in a while, if you haven't looked into that in the Bible, go ahead and do that, whether you're teaching or not. And we're going to be teaching all about that this weekend. Then you're going to do, of course, your worship and offering. We're going to talk to the kids about how God created so many things, and he is so amazing that he deserves our worship. And we're going to go right into song and sing to God, and then, of course, collect our offering for our many different things that we collect our offering for. Make sure the kids are aware of what your campus is collecting the offering for, and let them know about that. And then we're going to give the blessing while they're still all together in the story room. And the blessing this week is from Psalms 89:1. I will sing of the Lord's great love forever, and with my mouth I will make your faithfulness known through all generations. Awesome. So children, God made you and he knows you. You are always in his sight. Because of his great love for you, he sent his son to earth to be your Savior, so you might be with him forever. May you trust and obey him all the days of your life. May you choose to live a life that shares his story with the world. So hopefully that'll bring, the blessing will bring all the story together and everything that they're learning together as well. Then you're going to transition back to your back to your classrooms, and you're going to have your questions. So you have your after story time questions. You can go over those, review with the kids, and then you will have one of these for each of the children. So it's just showing how God has us all in his hands, and it has our new memory verse right in it. So the kids can cut this out however they'd like. That's their memory verse to take home and their reminder for them to take home. They can cut that out and color that however they would like. And then there's a brief description in your curriculum showing you how to explain what the book of Psalms is, show them how to find our memory verse in the Bible. Make sure that they're utilizing their Bible and knowing how they can find the book, the chapter, and the verse in their Bible. And then it just has a little bit of information about that Bible verse that you can explain to the kids. So that's what we're doing this week, this first week. Lots going on here, but you should have plenty of time for that. Obviously, we still want you to pray with the kids. If you have any new prayer requests, make sure to write those in your journals or however you keep track of those at your campus. Make sure to pray with those kiddos before they leave. And then if you still have extra time, you can have them mark Genesis 6 through 9 in their Bible so that they will be ready for our lesson for next week. So thank you so very much for all that you do for Crossroads Kids, and I hope that this helps you prepare your lesson. Thanks so much.